Hello. This is the first episode of the Rolling Quills Reverse, where my basic plan is to once a week read a poem that I've written from either my first collection of poetry and prose, or my second collection, which is over there somewhere, or one of the hundreds I have never released. So, I want to try to interact with people more and meet people. If you want to follow me when this is over, I'm on Twitter. I'm at Gregory GHREGGORI, and I'm over on Instagram at GColeyAuthor. For my poems, I've been writing poems for going on 20 years. I don't write them as much now. When I was younger, I would write 4 to 5 poems a day. But now I write 4 to 5 a year because I write novels now. I'm more of a prose writer. But I do have 2 collections of poetry and prose books. The Fading Hours was my first one. And my second one was Ghosts of the Living. And I am planning a third one eventually. But right now I'm working on a new trilogy. But my poetry tends to be over all kinds of subjects. It can be anything really. But I tend to use more dark gothic type imagery just because that's the kind of music I listened to when I started writing it. But yeah, let's get to it. The first one I'm doing is one of my longest poems. And it's a lot of people's favorite, so that's why I chose to start with it. It is from The Fading Hours, and it is Life in the Land of the Dead. So, me. Let's do this. On a night that I failed to sleep, the full blue moon hung high above my keep. It reflected on an eve when Poe did weep over many lines of ravens that speak. Dark and dreary, he wrote, weak and weary. His eyes so bleary, he saw not clearly the spectacle which stained my lunar land. The still hum of night filled my dulled senses, weaving and deceiving my defenses. Rhythm of rain kept my eyes unblinking, and the witching hour that kept hearts beating. Every tick of every chime clock, every sway of every tree stalk, brought forth fear so real that I could not talk. The shadows moved swiftly before my eyes, only to prove that nothing ever dies. Passing words and imagined whispers spoke of all these brothers and sisters in life and love, still in death and forgotten strife. The room was flooded with souls long lost, living my breath, laden in lifeless frost. Visage of Venus shimmered in blue eyes. Silence was muffled, disembodied cries. Life in lands of the dead spilled from my head. Melancholy conquered all of the dread that came with the spirits of the once dead. Under guidance of Galos, salt left wounds that festered too long in crumbling cocoons. Memories fell back to a soul left cold from all the loss that was never foretold by a merciless deity so bold. Elder ones retraced the wisdom I knew to be true from the demons that I slew. When their smiles shone in me real and true, parts of my puzzled life began to fade. Back to the nether from where they had strayed, when the veil let them slip into the shade of my darkened room where I always stayed, left alone again, unchained from all of the beasts that were once all of my burden, that I kept safe behind my suede curtain. My old spoiled dreams, now left uncertain, clash of thunder and flash of lightning, brought me back to life, knuckles whitening. My mind raced with the silent haunting scream that comes in the wake of a waking dream. Thank you. This has been Reverse from the Rolling Quill. Have a good day.